the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series fires things off for chase race number 3. Here in season number 6, we're going to visit the Queen City, that's right, the beast of the Southeast, on tap tonight with a U-turn 180 right here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. The drivers fresh off the short track of Iowa. We seen that 90 B-Blaze vintage machine of Bobby Blazer take the top spot and walk away with the checkered flag, splitting the first 2 races with Todd Cray fast as always. Todd Cray winning race number 1. Will we see one of those 2 dominate once again here tonight? They are sitting atop of your point standings. But first, before we get into some standings, why don't we go ahead and head trackside for some qualifying here tonight. The David Spears Design qualifying session already well and underway here for playoff race number 3. Derek Moore going to sit atop of the speed charts, with Nick Burlow right there beside him. Scott Bellum, Bobby Blazer, and Daniel Jensen rounding out your top 5 as it looks like we've got a few drivers getting mixed up in that timing and scoring. So we'll take that down for just a second, trying to get that all worked out for you. $120 laps scheduled here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Beast of the Southeast going to test these drivers' skills, patience, and willingness to run that high line. There is a lot of speed out there next to that outside wall. And as the music fades in the background, time ticks away on the clock, and drivers are going to have to lay down some fast times here tonight if they're going to want to dethrone the man at the top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying belongs to Todd Cray's Infinite Hero. Pets for Paradise, Kitty Cat Coin, number 21, Chevy Camaro, top of the speed charts. Is Cray, Derek Moore, Nick Barlow. It's a trio of championship contenders at the top of the board. With just about a minute remaining here in qualifying, how about Aaron Alt? He's going to put his Toyota Supra second on the speed charts. Alt going to turn in a 30-46, so right there on the cusp of knocking Cray out of that provisional pole. Only two drivers yet to put in a time lap. Matt Allen, Adam Ross, they're the only two that have a shot, but they've only got about 30 seconds. Will they be able to put down a fast enough time to dethrone Cray at the top of the scoring pylon here for the David Spears Designs qualifying session? And neither driver going to put in a fast time. They're going to start outside of your top 15. So that's going to do it for qualifying. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Head back trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare that bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
In back trackside, as the Jets finish the flyover, drivers begin to make their way through final pre-race inspection and head to the starting grid. We're going to dip into some official business before we go. how about we jump into some of those point standings coming into tonight's race? Championship race number 3 here for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Todd Cray took the top spot away. He leads by just 1 point. Bobby Blazer, those two have been throwing haymakers week in, week out. One driver with 4 wins, Cray with 3 to his name. Nick Burlow right there, a short 18 points back. Michael Overstreet right there with a fantastic season. He's only 18 points back as well. Don't count out Dave Gage. That 404 is still in the fight. We've got 3 races left to crown a champion, and who will walk away a champion tonight? From the beast of the Southeast, Charlotte Motor Speedway, and just like that, we're going to get ready to get back to racing here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside, and we're going to head trackside as drivers begin to fire up the machines and get ready to roll off of the starting grid. 20 drivers into tonight's field, and as you hear the music hitting the speakers, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Taking the top spot, snatching that David Spears Design Polo Award, the 21 of Todd Cray. Will the Jersey Devil seek win number 4? We'll find out here tonight. Aaron Alt gonna put that Andy's Frozen Custard number 19 on the outside pole position. Alt will roll off in second. Derek Moore, Nick Burlow, championship contenders. They'll line up back in row number 2. Row number 3, Michael Overstreet and Ed Hauck. Scott Bellum, Bobby Blazer back in row number 4. Look for Blazer to try to find the front fast in these opening few laps. Nicholas Wing in that 99 machine, he's gonna inside row number 5, starting position with Daniel Jensen just to his outside. The PR Taco Palace in Margarita Bar, 404 of Dave Gage back in action and inside of row number 6. Just to his outside, the EE Sports iRacing Motorsports Team 77 of John Timms. Row number 7, as drivers begin to roll off that starting grid, belongs to the 91 of Patrick Coro and the 14 of Stephen Ayers Jr. Zach Miller, Matt Allen back in row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight, the 28 of Brian Tarnowski and the 69 of Larry Poling. Finishing out the final row, row number 10 here tonight, inside in the 19th position, the 12 of Adam Ross. Andrew Hall will round out the 20-car field here tonight for the U-turn 180, 120 laps scheduled around this 1.5-mile D-shaped, beautiful racetrack. Love Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's your NASCAR headquarters. If you want to win, you want to get the job done in your backyard, and drivers going to look to do so here tonight. Who will walk away with the race win? I think we're going to see a fresh face. I don't know about you, but we'll see what happens. Music out the way. Pace car ready to duck out the way as well, and we'll fire things off for the first time here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Field double file making their way through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. To the restart zone we roll, and here we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Todd Craig gets a good jump on the field. Aaron Hall right there with him. Derek Moore losing a little bit of ground on the initial start, but he's going to power down on the inside lane, looking to take that 3rd position away. Nick Burlow not ready to give up the fight yet. He'll stay side by side halfway down the backstretch. Re-roll. Top 2 single file as drivers fan out from there on back One driver way up the track, that's it. Utilizing the high lane already early here tonight. Gotta wonder if there's grip in the tires this early, way up there at the top of the track. Dave Gage, how about the run by Gage? Already up 5 positions from where he qualified. That 404 is on a move. With Gage on the move in lap number 1 in the bag, let's go ahead and drop that Tommy and scoring. Over there to the left-hand side of your screen, follow along, find your favorite driver just like we do right here in the production booth. And want to give a big shout out. How about Clarky out there? Mr. Jenikin checking in with us. Hottie toddy on this charts form here. We'll see if Craig can keep it out front. Led the most laps last week at Iowa, but did not walk away with the checkered flag. We'll see how it goes here tonight for Craig. Down the backstretch, we're nose to tail. Everybody all over each other. Burlow looking to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look to take that race lead. Craig not going to let that happen. As Aaron Alt slides back 2 positions now from where he started. Alt and that Andy's Frozen Custom Machine. Oh, into the outside wall. Into the outside wall goes Scott Bellum. Bellum hard contact with the outside wall coming out of turn number 4 and through the tri-oval. That's going to spell big time damage to the right side of his machine as he drops deep into the field now outside of your top 10, struggling to keep it inside of a top 15 position. Adam Ross and Michael Overstreet, they're going to go side by side for a moment. The 39 Toyota Supra looking for some more positions here. Championship contender. And he's got to pick up some pace if he's going to want any type of shot at a good finish here tonight. There you can see him down on the bottom of the racetrack. A little bit of a slide job up in front of Scott Bellum. He'll make the pass and completed. Halfway down the backstretch, we roll single file for the majority of the field. Let's go up here. Dave Gage, he's looking for more. He's looking for it on the high side. He's going to go high, wide, and handsome and take the position away from Bobby Blazer. That's going to move Blazer outside of your top 5. And Gage wasting no time here tonight. Looking down to the inside now, you can see Alt covering up that blue line, that white and blue line, his best friend through the corners. No pass is going to be made down there through the center of the corner, but you better watch it here on the tri-oval. You don't want to give up any ground. You don't want to open up the door and allow the drivers behind you to make a run. Nice and easy through the tri-oval. We stay single file throughout this field. A lot of positions still up for grabs as we work lap number 7, that of the 120 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Front of the field looking pretty much the same. Nick Burlow had a great start to tonight's race. Let's go check on Burlow, up 2 positions from 4th to 2nd as he heads to the high side in 3 and 4, looking for some pace. High side this time around in 1 and 2 goes Derek Moore. The Wrangler number 3 going to fall in line right behind the 49. Almost into the outside wall goes Blazer as he powers around the outside. He's going to take the position back away from Gage. So these 2 drivers going at it for the final spot inside of your top 5. Let's go back here with this little mix-up. We've got a lot of drivers all over each other looking for some clean air. Got to get some clean air on the nose of these machines, trying to keep those engine temperatures down to keep the car turning in the front end. And how hard are you willing to run it here at the beginning of the run? Yes, you want to step away, you want to build a gap, but how much are you willing to abuse the tires on the front side of the run? Charlotte Motor Speedway, known for producing great racing, long runs, and a lot of strategy. We'll see whether it's fuel or tire strategy that comes into play a little later on tonight as we are 10 laps into tonight's feature event, the U-Turn 180, right here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Alt in trouble. He's going to lose yet another position. Alt going to fall back to the 5th spot. Now Bobby Blazer able to take that position away as Dave Gage looks for a way around. He's trying to find a line, trying to find a little bit of momentum, open a door here, a little bit of a slide. Then you can see the tail end of that 404 get a little loose through the corner as we head down the backstretch and towards turn number 3. Once again, single file front of the field all the way back through the back as we enter turns 3 and 4. There goes race leader Todd Gray scooting on by. Head back around the triangle on the front stretch. Race leader going to cross the line. That's going to put 12 laps in our back pocket and 13 on the board. Everybody back into turn 1. Looking for the battles, looking for the action. We're going to go outside of your top 10. There you can see Nicholas Wing, Michael Overstreet, Stephen Ayers Jr. all over each other, all within striking distance. If one makes a mistake, there's going to be 1 or 2 to capitalize on it. We've got 5 of them deep right now, within about 0.3 of a second of each other on the scoring charts. As Tornowski looks to the inside, here comes Adam Ross. He's going to put the nose of the Toyota Supra to the outside. Keep Tornowski pinned down there on the bottom. It's Toyota versus Chevy. And as we've got side-by-side battling in the outside of your top 50, outside of your top 10, race leader, your David Spears design pole sitter Todd Cray beginning to open up the gap. The 21 Pence for Paradise Infinite Hero. Kitty Cat coin number 21 machine stepping out to almost a 1-second advantage here with 15 laps in the bag. Gray already looking to assert a little bit of dominance and walk away with some bonus points for the pole award, as well as leading the most laps. Fastest lap of the race right now belongs to, let's take a look at it. It looks like that's going to be Dave Gage. Dave Gage with the fastest time so far here tonight. He's going to put down a 30.86 in race trim, so we'll keep our eye on that. Biggest mover of the night, Zach Miller, up 6 positions from where he qualified. 15th, he is now inside of the top 10. The 38 Toyota Supra looking for a little bit more. Can he get by the brand? Number 7 of Ed Hauck. There you can see Hauck working over the 77 of John Timms. A little bit of looseness on the corner. You can see the tail end of the car snap around just a little bit on Hauck, but he's going to stay in the gas and stay hard pressed on it. He's going side by side now through 1 and 2. Tim's going to drift up the track while Hauck keeps it on the bottom. Catfishing will not work here tonight. And Charlotte Motor Speedway, Hauck going to lose a little bit of momentum, a little bit of ground, and that's going to allow Zach Miller to close in. We're going to head back inside of your top 5 because Aaron Alt coming back at him. Lost a little bit of ground here on these initial laps, these initial green flag laps, but the 19, he's got some speed and he ain't afraid to show it here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching the U-Turn 180. So as Todd Cray steps away from Nick Burlow going to stretch his legs just a little bit over Derek Moore, who's trying to walk away. And that number 3 Wranglers Ford Mustang trying to walk away from fellow Ford teammate Bobby Blazer right behind him. Blazer bringing on a train of cars with him. Aaron Alt right there. Dave Gage trying to close in. Gage about 3/4 of a second back from that 19. So already we're seeing big gaps beginning to develop throughout the front of this field. Closest race on the track right here between Tim's, Miller, Hauck, and Wing. Michael Overstreet right there as well. Don't count out that 12 of Adam Ross. 3 wide through 1 and 2, and it's not going to work out on the high side. Contact with the outside wall for Michael Overstreet. The 39 going to lose a little bit of momentum on that one. That's going to slow his roll and force him back behind Nicholas Wing. Wing going to grab that position with a fair amount of ease as Daniel Jensen able to get by Stephen Ayers Jr. for the 16th position. Blazer and all going at it, switching, swapping. That fourth position, back and forth it goes. Let's head back to the front of the action between these two drivers battling for that fourth and fifth position. Alt on the bottom with Blazer on top. Back across the start-finish line we go. Under 100 laps remaining. This is going to be a fast-paced race tonight. This has got that green flag feel as Alt hugging that bottom lane. He's going to slide up the racetrack and take that fourth position away. Dave Gage liking what he sees, able to gain 0.2 of a second as those two drivers continued that battle. Nicholas Wing and Hauck, Zach Miller all going at it, still inside of your top 10. Look at this big pack of cars now. John Tim's up there on the high side. The 77 trying to keep these drivers behind him. But some fast, hungry drivers looking to find a way to the front. There's Nicholas Wing. And that 99 machine looking for a position. He's now in the 9th spot looking for more. Wing wants to head to the front. And while we've got a moment, I tell you what, let's jump on board here with that number 7 machine of Ed Hauck. Let's jump on board inside the cockpit here with our Chevy onboard camera. A little bit of damage to the windshield. You can see a little bit of a crack developing right there as Tim struggles for grip on the high side. That's going to allow Zach Miller to work his way around. Now Nicholas Wing looking for that 8th position. Here comes Ed Hauck on the bottom. Hauck looking to capitalize. So there it is on display as we talked about it earlier here tonight. If you open up that inside lane, drivers going to fill it up and fill it up fast. You've got another one lined up on the inside. That's going to be Adam Ross, the number 12 machine, looking for position. Michael Overstreet runs that high side. He's kind of stuck in limbo at this point in time as we'll go on board here. High above the car, looking over that Toyota Supra of Michael Overstreet, 39, showing the way, knocking on the door of a top 10 position. You can hear him roll that high side, but there goes Hauck firing at him again and down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Adam Ross right here filling the inside lane. Close right there between Overstreet and Ross. Overstreet gonna nudge his way down to the bottom. Does that say Taco says sorry? Is that what that says? Somebody with some better eyes, come see this. There we go, there we go. Work with me here. Michael Overstreet getting a little closer to that rear deck lid. We can see Taco says sorry on the tail end of that 7 of Ed Hauck. A little bit of humor out there for those of you that know. You know, if you don't, well, you better find out. We'll head back outside the car, back through the front of the field. Let's go check out the battles. Looks like Aaron Alt, no more battle here. He starts to reel in. Third place runner Derek Moore as Todd Gray still stepping away. 2.6 second advantage for the man out front that snatched that David Spears Design Pole Award. Fired off and hasn't looked back. We're 29 laps in to tonight's initial green flag run. We have been clean and green all night long, and will we see this stretch all the way through our first pit cycle? Scott Bellum, first driver to hit pit road. This time around, Bellum to pit road. We got to go back to the action. I mean, there's too much to talk about right here. Side by side, 4/10 on the track. Overstreet at the top, Ross at the bottom, looking for position. Ed Hauck right here, struggling a little bit. Lost 3 positions from where he qualified here tonight. Hauck with that backward slide, but now heading back to the front. Will he be able to find a way to break loose of this crowd right here and work his way back to the point? Adam Ross able to take not 1 but 2 positions that time. He's going to move into the 9th position, up 10 spots so far. Ross is your biggest mover, and he is starting already to walk away from the drivers behind him. We'll take a look back off of the tail end of Adam Ross's Toyota Supra, the number 12, starting to separate himself from this hungry pack of drivers as your race leaders continue to build. Those gaps continue to build. Those race leads will head back down the backstretch and back into turn number 3. We roll. All the cars gonna go flying by. Up close and personal to these guys at the track, turning in some of the fast times here tonight. We'll take a look back at the 69 of Larry Poling for a moment. Back to the battle between Timms, Tarnowski, and Hauck. 11th, 12th, 13th on the speedway. You might as well include Coro and Alt as well, because trouble! Ed Hauck into the outside wall, and drivers got to make some moves and make them quick. John Timms, quick to pull the wheel to the left. He's going to lose a little bit of ground, and he's going to lose the position on this one. Timms going to lose that spot to Tarnowski. As contact coming out of turn number 2 for Ed Hauck, the number 7. Down damaged on that right-hand side. That was a pretty good hit. Coming out of turn number 2, a lot of smoke goes in the air there, and Hauck going to fall all the way outside of your top 15. Number 7's going to settle back in right around that 16th position and trying to nurse this thing on home into a pit stop. Let's go back to the front. We've got a battle for a podium position. Aaron Alt, he has got the speed back once again. Long run seems to be the focus here for that Andy's Frozen Custard Toyota Supra, piloted by Aaron Alt. What a run here tonight. What a qualifying session as well. And I tell you what, let's see if we can do it. Can we go on board? Well, guys, do we got that one? There it is, on board, taking a look at the man behind the machine in his office putting in work. Derek Moore, Aaron Alt, going at it. Moore on the high side. You can see Alt's machine down at the bottom. Moore trying to keep that 3rd spot away. How long will he be able to continue this battle here before his crew chief brings him to pit road? Todd Cray, he gone. Ain't nothing else to be said. He's gonna have to hurt himself. I mean, let's be honest here. 3.7 second advantage. Lap number 36 on the board. These guys are gonna need a caution, or Cray's gonna have to shoot himself in the foot for these guys to make up that kind of time, even with 2 green flag pit cycles and undercuts being factored in. I just don't see how you're gonna make up 3 3/4 of a second on a guy that's just fast lap after lap. Last time around, he was 3/10 faster than the field. So as the battle for that 3rd position begins to cool down a little bit, Derek Moore utilizing the high side, keeping the momentum wound up, and it is definitely paying off right here. Alt able to pull even a drag race into turn number 3, but not going to be able to complete the pass. Not going to be able to throw that slider. Now and look at here. Here it is. Moore going to lose some ground on the high side. What a run through the center of the corner. Aaron Alt gonna prove us wrong right when we were talking about it. We didn't think there was gonna be enough speed down there on that inside lane to really make a pass unless you had a nose in front going into the corner entry, but Alt gonna keep it wound up on the bottom. I don't know how he's doing it down there, but getting the job done. Alt gonna move back to 3rd. One more position to pick up to get back to where he started, outside pole position. but still a great run so far for the Andy's Frozen Custard, number 19 of Aaron Alt. As we close in on lap number 40, we're going to be a third of the way through tonight's race. These drivers are picking them up and laying them down quick here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. While we've got you, while you're here, if you haven't already, show these drivers some little bit of appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the great racing action week in, week out. That's right. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And here comes Bobby Blazer, Barlow, Derek Moore, all to pit road. This time around, Cray, Alt, Wing, Ross, Gage will make up your top 5. When will your race leader come to pit road? You've got fast drivers coming down from inside of the top 5. Will that cause Cray to pull the trigger early on a pit stop? Or will he stick it with the strategy? Looks like he's going to stay out once again, so Cray not being lured into anybody else's tire nor fuel game, as Aaron Alt going to be the next driver to pit road. The Andy's Frozen Custard, number 19 Toyota Supra, we're going to head to pit road this time around, and this is when things get sketchy. This is when things get scary. Those drivers that have already been to pit road, they need the green flag pit cycle to complete itself, or they very well may find themselves trapped a lap down here. 3 laps difference on the tires already, and the difference is going to build as Nicholas Wing, Adam Ross, Michael Overstreet join the drivers to pit road. Just a handful left to come and get that fuel and tires. Your top 5 going to be out there on the track. Those are the drivers that have not pitted yet. It looks like Todd Cray, he's called it quits. He's going to go ahead and bring it down pit road this time around. Dave Gage, and that 404 going to be coming into the picture. And here he is working his way through 3 and 4. Does Gage come to pit road? Yes, he does. He's going to pull on the access road down there on the apron and pump the brakes. Make sure he slows down, and just like that, new race leader for the first time here tonight. First lead change of the night, Brian Tarnowski going to take over that top spot as he's continued out on track, yet to make his first green flag pit stop. You can see Derek Moore making his way around and getting himself back onto the lead lap. Aaron Alt right now listed off of the lead lap. When Tarnowski pits, he'll get that lap back for sure, but he's going to have enough speed and he's going to have enough grip that he's going to run down. Your race leader get his lap back the good old-fashioned way to the high side. He rolls. No real fight right there. Race leader Brian Tarnowski lets him go on the high side and look for Tarnowski to be heading to pit road this time by. And there it is. 28 going to come to pit road, and that will complete your round of green flag pit stops. But let's take a look here. Nick Burlow going to inherit the race lead. Look at here. Burlow quicker in his pit box. A 14.5 second stop to Todd Cray's 14.9. So that 0.4 of a second difference in the pit box stopped has translated into a 1.5 second advantage for Burlow, but Cray has got those fresh tires. Fastest lap of the race being turned in this time around by Derek Moore in that number 3 Wranglers machine. Here's Moore sitting inside of a podium position, but wanting some more on the same tire strategy as Burlow right now, so losing a little bit of ground in that transition. Moore going to pick up the pace, run about a 10th faster than your race leader. He is going to close in on Todd Cray, but not fast enough. Cray going to be even a tenth faster than him. So Cray, again, one of those fast drivers, turning in those fast laps, and look for the 21 to try to reel in your race leader. As we watch the Kitty Cat Coin Pensford Paradise Infinite Hero, number 21, Chevy Camaro, trying to chase down his fellow bow tie member at the front. Nick Burlow shows the way. Cray sits in second. Derek Moore back in third. Aaron Alt, Bobby Blazer, Nicholas Wing, Adam Ross, Michael Overstreet, Aaron Alton, Daniel Jensen. Round out your top 10. Started tonight's race with 20 drivers. We have still got 18 out there on the track with 16 left on the lead lap. Lap traffic will slowly begin to come into play as we are almost 50 laps into tonight's race, and we have been green flag racing all night long, and Todd Cray gonna grab that fastest lap. Once again, he's going to put that back in his back pocket. He's got the pole position, the fastest lap. He's led the most laps so far here tonight. And here he is reeling in Nick Burlow. I don't think there's going to be much of a fight here. Let's go back. Let's take a look off of the tail end of Burlow as Cray begins to reel him in. No break in the green flag action so far here tonight from the Queen City Charlotte Motor Speedway. The beast of the Southeast sees the sun setting in the background and the lights beginning to come on. Todd Cray, hotty toddy under the lights. Can he get the job done and walk away with a checkered flag here tonight? Pull even in that race win column with Bobby Blazer, who's had a little bit of a struggle here tonight. Blazer up 3 positions, but only inside of your top 5. Gage, trouble for Dave Gage. Looking through timing and scoring, we're not seeing really much of anything wrong with the pit stop. Pit road delta seems to be in order as well, but Gage gonna lose a lot of time during that green flag pit exchange. Gage gonna fall all the way outside of your top 10 and now begin to try to work his way back into that top 10. Gotta run down that 4 of Daniel Jensen first. Todd Cray takes back that race lead, and back to the point we go as he begins to pad that back pocket with a little more laps led here. He's only got to lead, let's see, led the first 43 laps. So, I mean, he's, 20 laps away? 20 laps away, and Todd Cray will secure that most laps led award. We'll see if he's able to lead the rest of this green flag pit cycle as John Timms, Daniel Jensen going at it. The Budweiser number 4 Ford Mustang of Jensen going to lose the 10th position to Gage, as Gage has found another gear and he is working his way back to the front. How about Andrew Alt? We got to take it up here. My man right here getting it done, man. Started all the way back, tail end of the field. Shotgun Sally. Up 11 positions from 20th to 9th. You can't complain about the run just tonight. Quiet evening for the man behind the wheel of that number 29 machine, Aaron Andrew Alt right there running in 9th. He's got Aaron up inside of the top 5, so the Alt duo doing well here tonight. Bobby Blazer trying to close in on Nicholas Wing. It's going to be just about a half a second back. Let's go back right here. Let's watch this one unfold as Adam Ross also off in the distance. You can see a lap car in between them. But Ross right there bringing along Overstreet, so we may see another 3-4 car battle for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th position here. A lot of time left, a lot of racing to be had, but we move quickly to the halfway point, just 4 laps away from the halfway point here tonight at the U-turn 180 Brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Get your adrenaline fix. You know you got it, and we have got some great racing action for you week in, week out, each and every night. You can check out some great racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether you are one of the fans of the dirt track scene, we've got that. We've got the modifieds. We've got open wheel machines. We've got all sorts of NASCAR. We've got Lotus 79s. Doesn't matter what your cup of tea is, you can find it right here on your home for E-Speed. That's right, Turn 3 Racing Network. In action once again next week. We'll see these drivers begin to hone in on their championship runs. And with only 2 races left after tonight, we're going to head to Atlanta Motor Speedway and then to Homestead to crown a champion here in season number 6. Who is going to set themselves apart? Todd Cray has flipped the switch. It is playoff time, and Cray has found some speed. He's got to find a way to finish. He's had speed all year long, but has had some trouble here and there along the way. Trouble kept Cray out of a chance for victory lane last week. What a run he had at Iowa till some trouble about mid-race forced him on the pit road for a little bit of damage control. Then, well, although he was able to run back to the front, it was a little bit of a struggle to try to catch this man in that B place for vintage number 90 Ford Mustang. Bobby Blazer back to victory lane, and Blazer picked up his 4th win of the season. Can Cray match him here tonight? And with a 3.5-second advantage, it looks like he very well may do it. Knocking on the door. He's got 3 more laps to lead, and he's going to secure that most laps led bonus point as well. So Cray, when it's time to go, Cray just seems to find more speed. He just seems to find a little more consistency, a little bit more gear. Not sure where he pulls it from, but it's playoff time, and you got to be on it week in, week out. Todd Cray stepping away from the field. Nick Burlow in second, with Derek Moore rounding out your top 3. Battle right here between Adam Ross and Bobby Blazer. Ross trying to keep that 6th position away as Blazer trying to find a way back inside of the top 5. Lost a little bit of ground on that pit road exchange. He was one of your first drivers to pit lane. Gave up a lot of time here. We're going to see if he's going to extend this second run to try to compensate for losing a little bit of ground. More battles on track. We'll go back here between John Timms right there with Daniel Jensen, 11th and 12th on the speedway. Drivers going at it here, looking for positions, trying to find some points. Timms, one of those drivers involved in the championship chase, looking for some points from somewhere. 31 points back from your points leader coming into tonight's race, Todd Cray. So Timms, he's going to need a big shot of the arm to have a mathematical possibility of taking that season championship crown when we head to Homestead, Miami in just 2 short weeks. And realistically, we're looking over the point standings right now. Doug Argabright came into tonight's race 65 points back, and it looks like with missing tonight's race, Argabright going to be officially eliminated from championship contention. When I say eliminated, no, he's not out of the chase, but he's just not going to have a way to make up that many points. Even with 2 race wins, he's not going to be able to surpass the guys in front of him in order to claim that championship crown. So the run for the title this season has come to an end for Argabright, and we'll look to see him on the track at Atlanta Motor Speedway next Monday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Let's head back up front. These guys still going at it. Moore and Alt, they have been playing games with each other all night long. Brian Tarnowski able to get by Patrick Corno for 13th. As 19 closing in on the bottom, that's where he likes to be. You've seen him make a ton of passes down there, and he's going to look to the inside. He'll pull even at the stripe, but Alt going to have the advantage heading into one. We'll stay 2, 3 wide. 3 wide for a moment through the center of 1 and 2. It looks like Larry Bowling in the 69 TRD Toyota Supra says, I'm out of here. He's going to let those 2 lead lap cars race it on out on the bottom of the racetrack. The 19 going to take over that third and final podium position as he looks to head back to second. Drivers looking towards that lap 100 threshold. Looks like, we're going to be about 10 laps, about 10 to 12 laps away from our second round of green flag pit cycles. What a race, what a run here tonight. Let's go through and highlight some of the drivers with our highlights and spotlights just past the mid-race report, but we're going to run it down for you anyway. Todd Gray, fastest in qualifying. He snatched that David Spears Design Pole Award. He stepped out from this field. 5-second advantage, already securing the most laps led here tonight. For the moment, he's got the fastest lap of the race as well. So if there's a point to be had here tonight, it's in the back pocket of the man behind the machine, Todd Cray. And that Infinite Hero Pence for Paradise. Kitty Cat Coin, number 21. Cray shows the way. Nick Burlow with a great race here tonight. The Charlotte native having a good homecoming night. Burlow up 2 positions from 4th to 2nd. He has been right here for the majority of tonight's race, so a lot of speed and a lot of great runs for that 49. Look for Burlow to possibly be the one to watch for some fuel strategy coming up shortly as we move back to the final driver in the podium positions. That's the Andes Frozen Custard, number 19, Toyota Supra of Aaron Holt. The 19 running quick here tonight, a 32-33 last time around. That's going to be just a few hundredths faster than your race leader. So Alt definitely has that late run pace. And here he is beginning to reel in those drivers in front of him once again. We'll move back through the field to the Wrangler number 3 of Derek Moore. Moore, one of your championship contenders, came into tonight's race and maybe not. Well, maybe not. Maybe he should be. Previous race winner Derek Moore, 1 win to his name this season. Just missed out on the points to make it into the championship. I was pretty secure that he was in the championship fight, but nope, wrong about that one. Great race, great run as of late. Derek Moore gonna slot in the 4th position for the time being, and we'll head back to the final driver inside of the top 5. This is your championship contender, Nicholas Wing, inside the Ford Credit number 99 Ford Mustang. Came into tonight's race 28 points back. And right now, if the race were to be called right now, yes, Wing would pick up some points on some of the drivers in front of him, but with Todd Cray being stingy here tonight with all the points, it's going to be hard-pressed for him to close in on your points leader, but look for him to at least try to catapult himself inside of the top 5, possibly top 3, just 10 points away. Low and Overstreet tied in 3rd with 18 points behind your points leader, so definitely within striking distance for Wing. Looking for some battles and not a lot out there on track. We'll go right here. We'll take a look once again at Aaron Holt as he's beginning to pull away from Derek Moore. That Wrangler number 3 Ford Mustang struggling with the late run pace, but it has been, oh boy, we got a driver on the bottom with some issues. That's going to be the 38 of Zach Miller. Miller going to have a big issue through the corner. He'll get the car righted and keep it headed in the right direction, but big time moment there for the driver behind the wheel of that 38 Toyota Supra, Zach Miller, with a big moment on the back stretch. And we're just about 4 laps away from being 2/3 of the way through tonight's race. It's going to be any moment when drivers come to pit road, and looky here. Daniel Jensen has brought that gold Budweiser number 4 Ford Mustang to pit road for what should be the final stop of the night. Left car to the top of the racetrack. Aaron Alt looking for a way around on the bottom. He's going to go around Zach Miller. Miller going to keep it to the high side and out of the way of your race leaders. Let's jump right here. Nicholas Swing, Adam Ross, they're getting ready to go at it. That's going to be for 5th and 6th. And Ross going to take that position. Adam Ross going to pick up the spot on Nicholas Wing. Wonder if Wing may have cooked the tires a little too soon here. Both of these guys back onto pit road. Back at lap number 42. So with the tire strategies being the same, it's all about that tire wear and the consistent laps. And right now, that falls to the advantage of the 12 of Adam Ross. What a race by Ross, man. You can't count this guy out. You can't count him down. Ross up 14 positions from 19th to 5th. You can't ask for a better day. What a run for the man inside of that number 12 Toyota Supra. Adam Ross firing out of a cannon here tonight. We're going to head around the track. What do you say we start? Let's go back here. What do you say we go back here? Take a little look at what's going on with the PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar number 404. Dave Gage struggling here mid-race. Was inside of your top 5. Oh, Larry pulling into the outside wall. He's going to kick up a little bit of dust, get a little dirt on his boots, and have a little bit of issues. Nicholas Swing going to head to pit road this time around. That's going to bring Andrew Alt along with him. Gage was inside of the top 5 at one point in time, fell outside of your top 12, and has found a way to run back up to 8th. And it looks like those green flag pit stops are indeed well underway. Nick Burrow going to pull off the track from 2nd. That's going to bring Aaron Alton, Derek Moore along with him. Adam Ross going to take over the 2nd position. Michael Overstreet going to move to 3rd. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. Bobby Blazer, Dave Gage also going to stay out on the racetrack. The 77 of John Timms also staying out on track. So we've got 2 distinct strategies. And race leader Todd Cray, he don't really care about much of nothing right here front of the field, showing the way. No trouble in front, no trouble behind. Cray, I don't want to say easy sailing from here. You don't want to let yourself have that big of a lapse of concentration, but a little bit of a Sunday drive now for that 21 of Todd Cray. Do want to take a moment to say, Cousin Jess, how you doing? Glad to see you out there in the chat. As always, coming in to support Todd. It's clockwork. Just like you can find me right here trackside for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series drivers week in, week out. You can always find Cousin Jess out there in the chat supporting her driver, supporting Todd Cray as he gets the job done here tonight. Pole position in his back pocket, most laps led, fastest lap of the race, only one more box to check, and we're less than 40 laps remaining for him to check that box. And man, I'm telling you, with this thing going green flag this entire time, Cray may not want to see a caution. Dave Gage going to pull that 404 to pit road this time around. He's going to bring the car to the attention of the crew. Daniel Jensen looking to get himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. Jensen listed 2 laps down. He'll get one of them back right here as he races his way around Todd Cray, looking to get 1 lap back the good old-fashioned hard way and possibly even get that 2nd lap back after the green flag pit cycle. And there it is with those fresh tires. He's going to keep it on the bottom and able to make the pass with a fair amount of ease as the 38 of Zach Miller going to go around as well. He's got that EE Sports machine dialed in, and Todd Cray, he's the pit road. No tire smoke, not risking it right here. Coming to pit road, Cray going to be well under speed and make it onto the track. Back to the man in second right here in that number 39 machine. Overstreet, what's he do? Does he come to pit road? No, Overstreet gonna stay out. He's gonna extend this fuel run a little bit further. Oh, and we got trouble on the track. My, how things have just changed. Oh boy. Big time trouble now for a handful of drivers. We've got issues on track, and Ed Hauck goes around. Let's check the replay. We're going to go back, check the replay here. There you can see the 7-0. Big twitch in the center of the corner. Hauck going to try to save it, and it's going to loop around. Oh, my goodness. Woo. Man. That was close right there. Oh my goodness, did you see it? Let's go on board with Derek Moore here. We'll go back to the yellow flag. Oh my, whoo. Oh, a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Moore did not escape unscathed. Oh my goodness. What started off kind of bad could have ended up disastrous. Man. First caution of the night coming at lap number 87. There you see race leader heading down pit road. That's going to pull Brian Tarnowski down to pit lane as well. Nick Perlow, Derek Moore, Aaron Alt, Todd Cray, all with fresh tires. They're going to be staying out on track, and this is what seems to always find a way into the back of Todd Cray's races. Cray leading, dominating. Late race caution, and my, how things are gonna change. And as we find ourselves under caution for the first time here tonight, we're gonna step back away from the track, head to a brief commercial break, pay a few sponsors, pay a few bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back live here from Charlotte Motor Speedway with all your green flag action.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Beast of the Southeast hosting the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series Drivers Playoff Race number 3 well and underway. First caution of the night coming out at lap number 85. It's going to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into the field. A lot of drivers, one lap down, but a lot receiving that wave around. It's going to mix things up. Todd Cray, dominating car. He's going to have to start inside of row number 2 here. Nick Burlow assumes the race lead. Our fourth lead change of the evening. Burlow going to become the new race leader. He's going to be the control car for the restart as we get set to run down the final 30 laps of tonight's race. What a barn burner this is about to be. Man, oh man, if you're Todd Cray, I mean, what are you thinking right now? What's going through your mind? I mean, you're out there just absolutely dominating the entire race. And then just like that, you gotta work yourself from behind. We'll see how Cray goes on the restart. The boss man in the flag stand are ready to drop the hammer once again as our good buddy Travis Smith gonna head off of the racing surface, and away we go to the restart zone. We roll. And green flag flies as Burlow gets on the gas, gets out of shape, and Cray right there, ready to pounce. Heading down into turn number 1, Cray looking to the inside, not going to be able to make the move just yet. Alt going to lose the position. That's going to open up the door for Michael Overstreet. Burlow leads them off of 2. Cray going to take that inside lane down into turn number 3, looking for that top spot, racing side by side with Aaron Olt on the top of the speedway. Cray going to grab that spot this time by. Will head back across the stripe. Lap number 92 now goes on the board as these drivers continue the battle for the checkered flag. Stacking up behind Alt is Overstreet and more. Brian Tarnowski with a great run. Look at Tarnowski inside of your top 5. What has happened to Derek Moore? More slow here. That Wrangler's number 3 inside of your top 3 for the majority of tonight's race, and now he is struggling on these fresh tires. Moore gonna fall back to 5th. Cray picking it up yet another notch. He's gonna turn in an even faster lap and put that fast lap out of the reach of a handful of drivers. He's gonna put down a 30-61 as he drops to the bottom of the racetrack and makes short work of the front of the field. Nick Burlow going to have to settle for second for now. Lap number 94 goes on the board. Never a dull moment. There is always action here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series. Todd Cray takes back that race lead once again. And we have our 5th lead change of the night. Aaron Alt under fire. He's got Moore. He's got Overstreet. Both of them looking for a way around. Both drivers looking to work their way into a podium position. So it's a 3-way battle for 3rd. Let's go back right here. Derek Moore in that number 3 Wrangler's machine, able to slot himself in front of Overstreet. Overstreet going to have to settle for the 5th position for the time being. Let's go back a little further through the field. Let's see who we can find. Bobby Blazer deep in traffic now. Blazer struggling here on the 1.5 miles under the lights at the Beast of the Southeast, Queen City Charlotte Motor Speedway race number 3 here at the playoffs in season number 6 for the ASMR. Oh, into the outside wall. Alt into the outside wall. Moore and Overstreet all follow. Close racing here as the action continues. Never a dull moment, never disappointing. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the action week in, week out. Be sure to stop by. You know where it's at. It's right down below. Go ahead and drop these drivers that thumbs up. Show them some love. Good to see our good friend Patrick checking in over there on the YouTube side of things. Mr. Dishonored, glad to see you out there watching some great racing action, cheering on his buddy Todd Cray at the front. Hottie Toddy has been the hottest tonight. And, well, we're not going to talk about his body, but the body work of that 21 and the body of work of the 21 has been absolutely flawless tonight. He has been on point, on fire, lap after lap, just lights out here. The field running for this championship better watch out. They better take notice, and they better understand that they have got a problem to deal with. Cray is not going to let these drivers just roll over on him. He is not going to let it go down without a fight. Came into tonight's championship race as your overall points leader just by 1 point over Bobby Blazer. Blazer to victory lane last week in Iowa. So can Cray pick up 2 race wins now in the playoffs? Make that 2 of what could be 4 right here when the playoffs start. There's a thing called peaking at the right moment. And if you could ever think that Todd Cray needed a peak in the season, he's getting it done here in season number 6 when it matters. Playoff time, championship on the line, and we are down to just 20 laps to go. Lap 100 goes on the board. Bobby Blazer going to fall yet one more position. Dave Gage going to take that spot away, and let's go back to the battle right here. 4-car battle, 4-car train down the backstretch. Aaron Alt, Michael Overstreet, Brian Tarnowski, and Nicholas Wing all with each other right here. There's John Tim's first driver, 1 lap down. And that number 77 machine, he's mixed in with some fast cars here, trying to keep himself in that lucky dog position if there is some trouble. Look at the damage on that 39 of Michael Overstreet. A lot of right side damage after pounding the outside wall, flirting with it. Once again, he's going to run that high side, and Aaron Alt going to squeeze play his way to the top of the racetrack and take or keep that 4th position for the time being as the front of the field stepping away. Todd Cray now with a 1-second advantage over Nicholas Burlow. Derek Moore rounding out your podium, liking what he sees in his rear view mirror. That is a gaggle of cars racing for position. They're going to lose some ground. The harder they race for position, the further they are going to fall behind those top 3. Nicholas Wing just off in the background there. You can see that number 99 machine. Wing has had a quiet, solid night here tonight. And Wing looking to catapult himself a little further up in the point standings, and he's going to gain a little bit of ground on the drivers in front of him. Dave Gage and Bobby Blazer both sitting in 8th and 9th. Andrew Alt, what a run by Andrew right here. Let's go back, take a look at this number 29 machine as he heads across the track. Beautiful looking big shots, number 29 Toyota Supra. Andrew Alt up 10 positions from where he qualified here tonight. Make no bones about it, there's some speed inside of that Supra, and let's jump back to the only battle on track. Let's go right here once again. Aaron Alt, Brian Tarnowski going at it. John Timms making his way to the bottom of the racetrack and around David Overstreet. Not a battle for position, but a battle for track real estate, as now to the bottom goes Tarnowski, looking for that 4th spot. Tarnowski gonna pull even with him. Can he slide up? No, not gonna be able to slide up just yet. He'll complete the pass at the start finish line, and now the struggles begin to mount for that 19 of Aaron Alt. We've seen him fast all night long on the long runs, but with just about 26 laps to go when we drop the green flag for the first and only restart here tonight, is it enough time for that long run speed to show up? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be there. I don't think he's going to have enough laps for that switch to be flipped. I think he's going to struggle here to reel in these guys up front. And how about Brian Tarnowski? How about a big tip of the cap to him? Tarnowski now taking over the most positions gained here tonight. Biggest mover of the race inside of that number 28 machine, up 13 positions. Honorable mention right here, running in fourth. What a night under the lights here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for Brian Tarnowski as he tries to reel in Derek Moore. That Wrangler's number 3 machine struggling a little bit on pace. Last time around, Moore running a 32-27. Tarnowski with a 31.98, so almost 3/10 faster is Tarnowski. Look for him to make some moves. So as we close in on the final few laps here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway in the U-turn 180 for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series Chase Race number 3, we're going to begin to look forward to the future. Just 2 more races here in season number 6 before we crown a champion. We're going to head to the old school Atlanta next week. That's right, the good old abrasive surface. Drivers are going to have to keep their eye on the tire wear, and drivers are going to have to keep themselves aware of just how hard they are running when we hit the track next week at hot Atlanta. Then we'll head off in 2 weeks down to beautiful sunny Miami, Florida. That's right, Homestead, for the final championship race here in season number 6. And can Todd Cray, if he can finish inside, I would say probably a top 3 next week, it's going to be hard for anybody to take that championship away from his hands with the final 10 laps now going on the board, counting down these final 10. Todd Cray, if he wins tonight, will extend that 1-point advantage as Bobby Blazer struggles tonight, struggling just to keep himself inside of a top 10 position. So Cray gonna pick up a lot of points. Oh, gonna pick up a lot of points. Close right here. Close racing between Tarnowski and Moore for the final spot on the podium. But could Cray be in a comfortable position heading into Atlanta? Gotta have another fine finish to be secure at Homestead. And right now, racing action hot and heavy on the track for that final position on the podium. Brian Tarnowski gonna take that spot away. Derek Moore looking to get it back. Ooh, right on that rear deck lid of Tarnowski is Moore, not letting him breathe one bit, letting him know, hey, buddy, I am right here, and I am not going away. We're going to jump on board now with the man inside of that 28 machine, showing the way in the 3rd position. Derek Moore right behind him. We'll head back through the field to a handful of other onboard cameras. Let's go back here to our Toyota onboard camera. And it looks like Michael Overstreet struggling now. Contact with the outside wall, and he's going to head down to the apron and stay out of the driver's way. And we've got trouble. We've got trouble for the 39. That's going to be it. That's going to put an end to his race tonight. Big time hit into turn number 2, and that's going to force Overstreet down and out. Final 6 laps remaining here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Brian Tarnowski able to step away. He's going to put a half a second between himself and Derek Moore. So your podium drivers starting to become a little more clear. We already know the man at the front right here. He has been lights out fast all night long. I would say in total, we kind of lost track of the laps count. We're not going to try to lie about it. I believe it's somewhere in the range of every lap except about 17 laps here tonight. Todd Gray has been at the front of the field, and how good does that gotta feel after pretty much a dominating performance there at Iowa? Late race caution and late race trouble forced Gray to have to run his way back to the front. Came up a little bit short and finished in second, but tonight, Gray right where he needs to be. That's crossing the line, front of the field, dominating performance all night long. Snatched that David Spears Designs Pole Award, and he has not looked back. Most laps led, fastest lap of the race, and he is just 3.5 laps away from securing race winning performance number 4 here in season number 6 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series. And just like that, we'll get the triple sign from the flag stand. 3 laps to go. Less than 5 miles of racing left to be had here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, and the Beast of the Southeast has given a few drivers some fits. 20 drivers scheduled to start tonight's race. We have still got 17 out on track, but only 11 left on the lead lap. Popsicle sticks now on display. Just 2 to go here from Charlotte. No battles to speak of on the track. Everybody gapped up, everybody spread out at the end of tonight's race. And here goes Todd Gray, less than 3 miles away from winning race number 4 on the year. And he is looking pretty inside of that Pits for Paradise. Infinite Hero, Kitty Cat Coin, Monster Energy, number 21, Chevy Camaro crossing the stripe this time by. White flag flies, final lap here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Gray with 1.5 miles remaining, and he can be his own worst enemy. He's going to be the only one that's going to be able to prevent him from capturing the checkered flag. Into 3 for the final time. Doing it in style, doing it with ease. He'll cross the line and capture the checkered flag here tonight. That's going to be race win number 4 on the season. His second inside these championship playoffs. Todd Gray absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire here tonight. Todd Gray going to walk away with that race win. And as he enjoys his cool down lap, the fans begin to flock to the fence. They're all looking to get a glimpse of the smoke show, the post-race celebrations here tonight. Gray getting ready for his post-race celebration. So as he brings the car to a crawl to give the fans in the stands a photo opportunity, we're going to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Head back trackside for those post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Impact trackside at the conclusion of tonight's U-Turn 180 here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a race, what a performance here tonight by race winner Todd Gray. But first, we're going to step in and we're going to try to have a few words with some drivers that finished on the podium here tonight. Up first, let's see if we can grab a few words with the man that picked up the most positions here tonight. Up 14 spots to finish third and final spot on the podium. Brian, it's Dave. You got a copy?
I got you, sir.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after a fine performance, man? Working your way all the way up through this field to snatch a podium.
Lucky caution. Really, that's what it comes down to. I was playing the pit stop game and hopefully the tires, and I got the lucky caution where everybody had to cycle and had fresher tires than the guys in front of me.
Well, sometimes it pays to have a little bit of luck on your side, and here tonight in the Queen City, it looked like luck was indeed by your side. As you mentioned, that late caution coming out at the right time for you and your 28 crew. You had some speed in that 28 machine all night long, though, but how good does it feel to be on the closing stages of season number 6 here and work your way into a podium?
It feels good. It feels good to get back up here. I probably could have got the 49, but then being a teammate and being in the playoffs, I was pushing on him a little bit or pushing to get him, but I wasn't pushing that hard. I didn't want to have a problem with me and him, but yeah, it feels good. Definitely feels good to be back here.
Well, final few weeks of season number 6, as we just mentioned moments ago, we've got Atlanta and Homestead coming up. Do you think you can carry any momentum from here over to either one of those tracks and maybe get back on the podium or possibly one or two more spots up?
Atlanta, definitely. Homestead, that's a crapshoot for me. Either I do good or bad, depending. I'm pretty good at Atlanta, so I'm kind of excited for that one, for sure.
Well, we'll hope for a 7 or 11 for you there at Homestead then, Brian. So, again, congratulations on the great run here tonight under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Before we let you go and soak it all in, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, KRI, Coro putting this together. Tricia's Hope for sure. They help people that help them pay their bills going through cancer and everything. And coming up on a year with my wife here shortly, and my granddaughter Sophia. So she allows me to do this, and she was quiet through the whole thing. So that works out as well.
You gotta love it when the girls like to enjoy the racing right along with you. I've got 2 daughters myself who absolutely enjoy watching racing with me. They don't like it unless I'm around, so that's a little bit awkward, but hey, it is what it is. But Brian, again, congratulations on a great run here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Until next time, my friends, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yep, thank you, sir, and I appreciate everything you do as well, man. You do a great job.
All right, so there you go. Final few parting words and some kind words for us as well. Brian, we do appreciate it, and we look forward to trying to catch up with you next week at Atlanta or maybe down there in Homestead, and that's going to move us right up through the field. We're going to see if we can now talk to the Charlotte native right here in his own backyard, the 49 of Nick Burlow, right there on the cusp of taking that race win. Nick, how good does it feel to do well here at the home track?
Love it. I've always loved Charlotte. This is where I got my first ASMR win, so it's always fun to come back here. I always feel like I run pretty well, so.
Yeah, Charlotte, always one of those good races, or for me, it's always a good race. A lot of memories here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, not just here on the sim, but in real life. A lot of great racing around the Charlotte Concord area. You can include Salisbury with Millbridge on the dirt track side of things. But in front of the hometown crowd, in front of the family and friends, it's going to make this a little bit more special.
Oh yeah, it's cool, especially this being actually 10 minutes from my real house. It's kind of cool. I drive by it every day on the way to school, so it's a little more special.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Nick, you had a lot of speed in the car. You picked up 2 spots early. You kept it up inside of the top 3 pretty much all night long. Do you think there was anything you may have been able to do differently to maybe have a little bit more of a shot at taking that checkered flag?
Todd was in a league of his own, as he usually is. But the only way I was going to pull that thing off is some kind of crazy strategy. If there was a late caution, he didn't pit and I pitted or something. But he was just on his own. He deserves that one, no doubt. He was better than any of us by far.
Well, Todd may have been a little bit quicker here tonight, but we're going to look for some great performances out of you and your 49 crew over the course of these next few weeks. You came into tonight's race sitting third in the overall point standings. You're going to be able to move, I do believe, into that second position. So, Nick, you got yourself a shot to run for the championship. We'll see how you go at Atlanta and then down into Homestead. But for now and for tonight, enjoy this moment. Enjoy the fine finish here tonight under the lights from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home?
Absolutely. As always, just to thank the league. It was a fun, clean race for the most part today. I think the only caution we had was just a self-spinner, so it's always good to have nice, clean racing out there. Just a big shout out to my team. I think this is the first time I've been a part of a two-man or having two guys on our team on the podium in the same race, so that's good. We're battling for the second spot in the team championship, so that's always good. Ed Hauck with those amazing designs. We already have some working for next season, so I'm excited to see those finalized. And yeah, and I appreciate you for always doing a good broadcast. Looking forward to going to listen to it or watch it right after this.
All right. Well, Nick, I know your fellow competitors and everybody here at the ASMR stable appreciates all the kind words. We appreciate those kind words as well. And as always, it's been a pleasure catching up with you in these post-race interviews. Until next time, Nick, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Have a good night.
All right, there you go. Nick Burlow walks away with second here tonight, just 10 minutes away from his house, and Burlow gonna have a pretty big party. Even though it's Monday night, I'm sure there's gonna be some fans, friends, and family heading that way here in just a few short moments, and we're gonna head right into victory lane. Let's see if we can't talk to the guy that just didn't want to let anybody else lead a lap here tonight. Todd Cray walking away with the most laps led. You walked away with the pole position, the fastest lap, the race win. Anything you want out there that you didn't get?
Doing, Dave? Pretty good night. Good night at the office. Had that late race caution there. Was feeling that kind of like last week, so wanted to be a little extra careful there. Guys were real respectful tonight. We're closing on a championship, so want to be a little careful there at the end, and just put a cap on a great night.
Well, Todd, I want to mention a little bit of something here. I don't know how you feel about it, so we're gonna put some feelers out there. Last week, Bobby won his fourth race of the season. This week, you're gonna win your fourth. You two have been back and forth in these playoff races now, each just you two winning. Now you're tied 4-4 on the race wins. You're gonna pull in front of him with a little bit of a points gap here over the course of these next 2 weeks. How do you play this thing out? Are you going points racing or are you going checkered flag racing?
I think checker flag racing usually produces good points racing. So yeah, I mean, you still got to play it right. I mean, last week I gave up one with a mistake, and I know Bobby had some contact with the wall tonight, so he made a few mistakes. So you got to stay clean. If you don't keep your car clean, you're not going to be there at the end. So we're going to play a little of both, to be honest with you. A little on the safe side, but knowing we got a little cushion, but we still want that checker flag.
Well, Todd, if tonight's race has any effect on how the next 2 weeks are going to pay out, I think the field better have something up their sleeves, because you've been pretty much lights out since playoff racing came around. A little bit of a late race caution kind of messed things up for you last week. It didn't happen to you this week. You were able to fire off and get back to the front. So job well done on that. As we've already mentioned, you got every bonus point you could possibly think of. I mean, if they had the cleanest car, you'd probably get that one too. Not really sure, but
that's important, man. It's really important.
I mean, you were lights out here tonight. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. So before we let you go, you know how it runs down. You know how things go. You're not an unfamiliar face here in these post-race interviews. So we're just going to be quiet. We'll mute ours, and here's the mic.
Hauck Designs for putting on the show. ASMR, everybody in there putting on a good show. Team Taco, Dave, fun teammate to be with here, and my regular team Assassin Motorsports, cousin Jess out there again. She's gonna be happy with this. Weeks when I don't win, I gotta talk it out and explain what happened. So give that up to her and Turn 3 Racing Network, Pets in Paradise. Everybody puts the show on, and we'll see you next week.
All right, my man. Well, again, Todd, always a pleasure to catch up with you. You're always fast, and I don't think I got to tell you to stay safe and stay fast because you're always going to be there. So until next time, my friend, we'll see if we can catch up.
All right, Dave. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, there you go. Race winner Todd Cray walks away with his fourth checkered flag on the season, and he is peaking when he needs to. 2 playoff race wins in his back pocket with 2 more in front of us before we crown a champion. Lights out performance here tonight for that 21 crew. Todd Cray going to take the checkered flag, and just like that, producers already hitting the buttons. You know the signs, you know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Moments ago, straight into victory lane, Hill Park, the number 21. Todd Cray will take the race win. Nick Burlow coming home with a fine second place finish. And Brian Tarnowski going to round out the podium with his number 28 machine. Derek Moore back and forth with Aaron Alton, Indy's Frozen Custard, number 19, walking away 5th. 6th tonight belongs to Nicholas Wing. The PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar 404 of Dave Gage comes home 7th, with Andrew Alt back in 8th. Last week's race winner Bobby Blazer struggles here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Blazer will finish in 9th. The 91 of Patrick Coro rounds out your top 10 with Daniel Jensen. Then Budweiser number 4 finishing out the drivers on the lead lap. Jensen walks away in 11th. 12th place tonight belongs to the 77 of John Tim. Stephen Ayers Jr. back in 13th. The 12 of Adam Ross comes home in 14th. Sliding home from Charlotte in the 15th position, the 38 of Zach Miller. Ed Hauck has some late race trouble. He'll finish 3 laps down in the 16th position. Larry Poling back in 17th. Michael Overstreet 18th and 19th. From the track tonight, the 127 of Matt Allen and Scott Bellum. Early trouble into the outside wall, and Bellum will walk away from the track tonight in the 20th position. And that's going to do it for playoff race number 3 here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us on that push to 3,000. And of course, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe one of our many sponsors, we appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.